March or the 1st of April, depending on the cycle.
There you go. Yes, sir.
But in this false new year,
That's correct.
we want to say that we come with the two-edged sword.
Yes, sir.
The two-edged sword is the word of truth. It is sharpened on both ends. The scripture said it does not just touch the flesh, but it pierces to the very soul. So therefore, it's a war weapon. It's not a weapon of comfort. So understand in the messages that are coming forth from this day forth, we did not come here to pacify you, to please you, nor to make you comfortable. But we have come to cut into hurt. As is written, so shall it be read. As is stated, so shall it be.
Yes.
Blessed be the name of the living God. Our message for today is a failed system due to a lack of practice. And I put under here a picture with the scripture. You can go to, if you want to read Ezekiel 37. It is a prophecy of God's people, Yahweh's people. It's not a prophecy of the world, but it's a prophecy of us. How Israel became a valley of dry bones. In other words, the system that the Most High had given us, somewhere along the line, we failed.
That's right.
The Creator never fails us. We fail ourselves. We fail our Creator just as we fail our ancestors. We have, in this day and time, become a valley of dry bones. A nation that has failed because we no longer practice something, and we have to get back into our practice. So many times we as a people, black people, and with other names we want to call ourselves, we want to hear all the good about our race, but in order to correct something, you have to do what? Deal with the bad. That's right. In order to make things right. Let's move to our second clip, please, Brother Tabini. Failed. Failed means to be unsuccessful in accomplishing a purpose, a plan, or a goal. So the first thing we have to ask ourselves, we as a people, black people, African people, Hebrew, Moor, Kemetic, whatever name we use, what is our plan? Because that in itself tells us the reason our system has failed and is failing is because we collectively as a people don't have a plan. We can sit and debate each other. We love to do that. We can do that for hours. But we cannot sit for 5 minutes to discuss in detail a plan as to how we as a people will overcome without fighting over our little religious and conscious differences. And the European knows it better than us. So he keeps our media filled with confusion. Because we will argue over confusion. If Michael Jordan came out of retirement, we would debate about whether or not he'll be the same Michael Jordan or older Michael Jordan that can no longer play, and we'll get in fights about it. So the man knows now how to work on our mind because he has deceived us and weakened us to think worse than himself. Let's go to our second clip, please, brother. In a system, a failed system. A system is an arrangement, something that is organized or placed together. It is a cause to stand, make, or be firm. A system is something based on a set of correlated principles, facts, and ideas, recorded or organized. My question now is, what have black people, either in America or worldwide, has that is organized? See, until we do these things collectively as a people, you really can't talk about it because the SUA organizing something is good, but the SUA cannot benefit us collectively. Right. It takes all of us to work together. In other words, what's the point of Kemetic brothers and Hebrew Israelites fighting over whether they're African or Hebrew? Right. Don't the white man oppress the same black man, regardless of his religion, his financial status, or his education? And we just can't seem to unite based on the simple fact that we all look alike and carry the same DNA. Check the blood of every black person here and in America, and they'll trace us to all the various tribes in Africa.
Around the world.
Around the world,
Around the
exactly.
Yeah.
Our system has failed. Let's go to that next word, the one we really need to look at. Practice. It has failed because of a lack of practice, practical application. To act, do, to follow, or employ, to carry out. We talk about a lot of stuff and talk about a lot of ideas and say what the Creator has given us and what the Creator wants us to do. But what do we carry out? We don't carry out anything. Because as soon as we plan to carry out something, internally we will argue and debate until it dissolves, or we'll let the man on the outside destroy what we're planning on the inside. And most of that is done out of fear. We're afraid, not individually, but as a people, we still fear. White man.
Yes.
Anybody hear the report of Dr. Claude Anderson asking Oprah Winfrey to donate so much money for a project, and she said it won't work, it's too black?
No.
In other words, what was it, brother?
It was allegedly, because Claude didn't say it himself.
He didn't say it himself. Thank you. Thank you for clearing that up. But now we got, I'm going here with this. We got a billionaire, Oprah. We got a few other billionaires, right? In 2010, 2011, we spent what, $1.1 trillion?
Yes, sir.
And we got millionaires and billionaires, millionaires by the handful now. And we do not have, let me use the words of Dr. Vernon Jones. He's deceased now and pastored the church in Petersburg, came from Georgia. He was the first pastor at the 16th Street, right?
Yeah, right.
16th Street Avenue Baptist Church that Dr. King came to. He said, we don't even manufacture shoestrings. With all this money, we don't even have a company that manufactures shoestrings. Nothing. Everybody else has something collectively. Everyone else has a system that is successful for them, and all we have is a failed system, but we got a lot of God. And my question is, as strong as I am a believer in the Most High, what good is your God to you when your pocket is broke? Because your God didn't say, I will put it in your pocket. The Creator said in the scriptures, work with your own hands. That's what he said. I will bless you if you. I will bless you if you. See, that's what we don't understand. The Creator will bless us, but he wants to see the children moving and building and working. But he's not going to drop anything out of the sky. We acting like the children of Israel in the wilderness. Remember they got in the wilderness? They couldn't stand the heat. They couldn't stand the condition. They complained. The Creator was trying to get them from one point to another point to get them from freedom. And he said, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to drop some manna down for you. And that wasn't good enough. He sent quails for them. That wasn't good enough. Moses even got angry and hit the rock and water sprang from it when he shouldn't have struck it and got himself in trouble just to satisfy some complaining, thirsty people. And it still wasn't good enough. So the Creator now has realized what we now realize, or the Creator realized what we now realize, that no matter what you give black folks freely, if they won't work for it or don't work for it, they will not be satisfied with it. Give a black person a car and see how fast they'll tear it up. Make them work for it and see how long it will last. Am I right or am I wrong? We are past the time of handouts, brothers and sisters. We're living in a different age now. We have to take care of ourselves. God is not going to do it, and the government surely will not. Let's go to our first scripture in the wisdom text on page 15. Can you see that, brother? Say cool, brother.
Yeah.
Can y'all read these scriptures for me tonight, if you don't mind? Thank you.
The term Nectarianism is derived from the name Shatat Natir, Shatanatir means the hidden divinity. It is the ancient philosophy and mythic spiritual culture that gave rise to the ancient Egyptian civilization.
Ashe. The Creator gave us hidden divinity, which means hidden wisdom, which means secret wisdom. We have all the wisdom in the world to restore our system, our civilization, but we can't do it because every time we talk about this hidden wisdom amongst ourselves, we go out and give it to the enemy. As I said in a message a few weeks back, we talk too much. We want to tell the world and brag on it, everything we do. But no one else does this. We had a system. We had the first civilization. To have a civilization means you had the first form of order. Why is it now that all these spiritual people and conscious people now want to build a society with no order? If y'all listen to them, they don't want order. And if you don't want order, you don't want love.
That's right.
How can you say you want a civilization? We need to destroy all the laws. We don't need no government. We don't need no judiciary system. Y'all know what I'm saying? Thank you. Couldn't get the word.
Yes, sir.
Lawyers and judges and this and that. You do need that.
Yeah, you do.
The first court systems. Judges
Yes, sir.
were right here in Kemet. Don't act like we did not judge each other. That's why our system fails. Because the criminals in the black community are not condemned. We protect them. Because as I said, we don't want to be a snitch.
That's right.
Every other community is safe because they keep their community free of crime, criminals, whether the criminals are internal or external. Well, I'm not going to tell on a black man. If a black man robbed your house, and I see it, brother and sister, I'm calling the man. Because you're my brother and sister. I don't care who the thief is. I'm not going to allow the thief to go into my brothers and sisters' home. I'm not going to allow the thief or the molester, regardless of color, to touch that black child. I'm not going to hide him because he's black. Brother, you put your hands on that black child. We have to reform our thinking. The first civilization was a spiritual civilization based on spiritual culture. Now we want culture without the true essence of spiritual. Because without the spirit, you can't have spiritual. So without the creator, without creatress, how can you be spiritual when you come from spirit? We're missing a whole lot. Let's move to the next one, please, Brother Tabini. Everything in the universe. This is ancient Kemetic. This is the 6 days of creation from the story of Genesis. But if you study both creation stories, everything is set up on a system of order. The sun has a system, the moon, the stars, the animals, the vegetation, man, woman, the same thing in ancient Kemetic. Everything is based upon a system. You can't overthrow the man system and not build a righteous system for yourself. To overthrow a corrupt system and then want another corrupt system, you still do. Everything in the universe is based and governed by the order of a system. Let's shoot over to the next one real quick. Let's look at two examples. The universal system. You got the solar system and the planetary system. The solar system is different because it includes the sun. The planetary system is talking about the planets. But everything is based up on a system. You yourself are made up of 12 systems in your body. The skeletal, the muscular, the immune, cardiovascular, the digestive, the nervous, the lymphatic, urinary, respiratory, endocrine, integumentary, that's dealing with your skin, and the reproductive. And I personally know about these systems because I deal with all of them but one. In my business, I don't deal with the reproductive. But I have to deal with these other 11 systems of the body. Although you are made up of one whole complete person, you got 12 systems at work. And those 12 systems are in one working order. Y'all with me?
Sir.
If 12 systems of your body can work in one complete order, each one complementing and working with the other, why can't the Christian and the Hebrew Israelite and the Muslim and the Moor, y'all know where I'm going? Why can't we work together under one order, although we are different systems?
Come on, brother.
You see how the man has made us so dumb, thinking we can't get along. We've been tricked. This is why our system is failing us. Today, we are living in a failed system because we don't want to pray, we don't want to worship, we don't want to love, and we don't want to unify. Those are the 4 basic things we need to do.
Yes.
Right there. Let's roll over to the next one, please, Brother Tabidi. Proverbs 4:13. Keep hold. Excuse me, brother, you read that for me. Hey.
Keep hold of
I got it.
instruction. Do not let her go. Guard he, for
Her,
she.
excuse me.
Okay.
It should have been earlier.
Guard her, for she is your life.
Hallelujah.
Maintain. Keep hold of instruction. What is she to you? She is your life. It said guard her. Because in instruction comes what? Order. The reason we have a failed system that's out of order, because no one wants instruction. Break it down. No one wants to be taught anymore.
Right.
Everybody got the knowledge now. Everybody know everything. Everybody can decipher now the Meta Neter, the Torah, the Bible, Quran. Everybody know all about ancient African history. Everybody know about law now and the judiciary system. Everybody know everything. Nobody wants to be taught any of this. And if you like me and do a lot of reading and a lot of researches, you see see a whole lot of foolish mess out there, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Whole lot of foolishness being thrown in the midst, and a whole lot of people shouting, "It's great, it's great, it's great. This is good, man. This is deep. I've never heard this." One brother was so deep, he said, "If you turn yourself inside out, you would die." And everybody saying, "You deep, brother." Man, that's deep. I never thought about that. Any fool know if you can turn yourself inside out, you're dead. That's not deep. That's silly. It's stupid. Number one, it cannot be done. Number two, if your organs come outside the body, the germs in the air will kill you. That's why in an operating room, everything has to be sterile. When they cut you open, especially when they remove your organs to do certain procedures and place them back in. This dirty air will kill you.
Quick.
But everybody thought that was deep. If you could turn yourself inside out. Let's move ahead. Brother Tabidi. Instruction, what is it? It is the action or process of teaching. Now let's go to what it means. Arrangement, prepare, make ready, set in order. It means to assemble, gather together in one place for a common purpose. Prepare, which means to produce, cause a particular result or situation to happen or come into existence. That's what instruction does. So you see, we're in a failed system because we don't want instruction, because the right instruction will get our mind in one common place. Then we can produce and bring about a result. We can make a change in the black community because no one can do this but us. And no one is going to do it but us. The only thing other races want to do with us is to make profit.
That's it.
That's all they want to do. Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want. I have no need of any other. So if I have the Creator on my side, whatever I do shall what? Prosper. For Yeshua said, the things that are impossible with man are possible with the Creator. We no longer look at the impossibility. We keep looking at the 4 walls that surrounds us. We look at how much money we now have in our pockets and not how much money we can produce if we collectively use our talents and work together. Book of Nehemiah said, if you haven't read it, it's a story there about Yahweh Shalom, what they call Jerusalem, not having a wall around it. And they had to build up the wall. Every city has a wall. For what? Protection. And to keep the enemies out. And the prophet came to him and said, let us build the wall. And the scripture said the people had a mind to work. And they built the wall. All it takes is a mind to work. And you can build your wall. All right, let's go to that next. We like to say this. The white man has systematically destroyed us. And he has. Why has he systematically? Systematic means having, showing, or involving a system or method or plan comprising an ordered system. How has the white man systematically destroyed us? Let's look at our title. Our title is a failed what? System due to a lack of practice. The white man practices his system every day. Practice means to work or to do. He worked at his system every day to make sure he systematically destroy a people that he may maintain his power. Because the only thing that keeps the white man alive is you, black man and black woman.
Come on, brother. Come on.
The only thing that keeps him in power is you. That's right. The only thing right now that keeping him alive is you and I. Mm-hmm. Don't you know if we collectively prayed and said, Almighty Yahweh, O Creator, destroy this life that is against your people? Y'all think that mudslide in California was something? Huh? You know what the Creator would do whatsoever you ask?
Yep.
Teach you, big brother.
Milwaukee. Did y'all see where the water froze up around the cars? Mm-hmm. Did y'all see where the ice was moving in like a river?
Yes.
That's the Creator paying him back. I strongly believe it. But what if we collectively ask? What if we got ourselves together, comprised in order with our divine system? Whatsoever you ask, the Most High said, I'll give it to you. And y'all hear me say this all the time. What do we ask? Lord, bless America. Bless our president. Bless our government. Bless the leaders. Lord, bless my enemies. I love David. The prophet Dawid. Nabi Dawid. You know why I love David? Because David didn't ask the Creator to bless one enemy.
That's right.
If David didn't kill him, David asked God to kill him.
Come on.
Y'all can read the Psalm. Y'all don't know the Psalm. I love David.
Yes, sir.
David said of his enemies, I hate my enemies, for they are your enemies, and I hate them with a perfect hatred. I told y'all, that's a perfect hatred, brother B. How do you perfect hatred? He said, I hate them with a perfect hatred. He called for the blood of his enemies, that the blood of his enemies may spill. This is prayers to the Most High. And what did the Most High say about David? He's a man after my own heart.
Yes, he did.
David ain't no coon. He never prayed for his enemies. We keep praying for this system and not praying for our own system. So the Most High has to honor our request and our prayer, because the Most High cannot lie. Titus chapter 1 verse 2 said we believe in a Creator that cannot lie. Whatsoever you ask, I give it to you, even if it's wrong. I said I would do it, now I have to do it. That's power, isn't it?
Indeed.
Let's go to our next scripture here, Brother Beatty. Proverbs 22:6 and the wisdom text pages. You'll find us on pages 64 and on page 64, number 12. What are brothers?
Train up a child in the way he, she should go.
Yes, sir.
And when he, she is old, he, she will not depart from it.
That's right. Hallelujah.
If thou wouldst be a wise man or woman, beget a son or daughter for the pleasing service of Yahweh.
All right. Beget a son or daughter for the pleasing, meaning for the service of the Creator. Because our lives are supposed to be dedicated to the Creator. Remember roots. Behold, the only thing greater than yourself. We always dedicated our children back to the Creator for the service of the Creator. But we had a divine order and a system of even raising our children. Our system has failed us because we no longer practice that divine system. We have learned to raise our children according to the system of America, the European, the white man, the beast.
That's right.
Now, your children who used to honor you and respect you and call you yes ma'am and no ma'am and yes sir and no sir, now they fight you and roll their eyes at you and bicker against you and buck against your system in your household.
Yes.
Why? Because you gave them an undivine system. We had a system of order. Anything outside of order is chaos.
That's right.
That's right.
That's all beat.
And that's where we are right now. And that's in Proverbs. This is also in the wisdom text that you are to what? Spank the child, beat the child.
That's right.
I have never touched my child. I don't want to beat my child. My mom and daddy beat me. It was the beatings that saved Brother Yaquin and Dr. Jackson.
Me too.
It was the beatings that saved me, brother. Because I can tell you where I would have been had not those beatings always reminded me, man, if I do this. It was always two things on my mind. Shaming my parents and being touched by my parents.
All right.
But back in the day, we wouldn't shame our parents. These children today don't care what they do to dishonor and disrespect mom and daddy's name. So we had a system not only that had an order of how to raise a child, our system had an order how to be a husband, how to be a wife, how to be a family, how to be a brother, a sister, an uncle, an aunt, a grandparent. Our system was so divine, there was nothing like it in any area of life.
True.
All of that is gone. To be black now, to be African now, just means you wearing the clothing,
It's nice too.
the jewelry, and just saying hotel. It has nothing to do about changing your character and getting in order with the divine. It's just looking black. So we have an exterior of consciousness, but we don't have a real interior of consciousness. So that's why we fight each other. We don't even understand ourselves anymore. Let's move on, brother Tabia. Maya. The laws of Maya, which means what? Truth. Everybody know how you said Maya in the Hebrew? Emat. The modern is emet, but it's emat. Same word, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Our laws gave us civilization. Civilization means to what? Be civilized or have a civilized condition. Rudeness from a savage life. Anything outside of being civilized is savagery. Now you can see why I say our system has failed. Look at black people in America today, and the majority of us act like what? Savages.
They call themselves that.
Savages. Thank you, brother. They call themselves that. Somebody had a video on Facebook. The boy must have been 2 or 3 years old. The sister bent over with her legs spread so she's low to the ground, and he's behind her gyrating while she's twerking. A grown woman and a toddler. Savagery.
Yes, sir.
Savagery. Who remember the days when boys dressed like boys and girls dressed like girls?
Glorious time.
Now you got boys dressing like girls, girls dressing like boys. And I laughed because I told my wife I went out one night up to one of the little restaurants and got her something and came back, and she had to laugh. I said, I pulled up beside this car and there was a sister sitting on the passenger seat. And you know how you drive up, you park and you look at somebody? And she's sitting back like a little man. Why her, I don't know if she was a female, whichever counterpart she was, she looked at me mean mugging. So I had to give it a look. And after giving it a look, I caught myself. And I had to chuckle. I said to myself, sister, if I don't let a man look at me like that, who are you? And what in the world are you going to do to me? I'm a real African black man. Aren't we brothers?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No disrespect, sister, but the last thing that's going to happen to Brother Jackson, women going to whip my behind. We will fight to the death. But you see the sickness the man has put in our minds? She's looking at me like you want to do something to me. You forgetting, sister, no matter how much you want to look like a man, you're a woman on the inside.
That's right.
Then you wonder why so many sisters, and I don't condone this, are being beaten up and bruised by men. What about the day when a woman was a woman and a brother was wrong with you? You went and got your brother, your uncle, your cousin, or another man to deal with that man.
That's right. Yeah.
That's the way it's supposed to be. We're messed up. I had to chuckle. Trying to meme up on a man.
That's how you do it.
And the funniest scene, my wife in the grocery store, her sister was diked out. And there she was in the grocery store in the aisle, looking at the monthly pads. That's only nature reminding you of who you are, because your system is not built like my system.
Come on, big brother.
See, we're out of divine order. No one wants to deal with us. The church don't want to deal with us. The politicians don't want to deal with us. The leaders don't want to deal with us. And when you say something about it, you're a bad person. Well, hell, I'm a bad person then. Because anything that is corrupt to my God and my society, my people, and my future generation, I stand against it. I don't care what it is. I don't go for interracial marriages. I don't care how much y'all said, well, you know, Serena Williams' baby is cute. It don't matter. She shouldn't have never laid down with that devil. Why would you put that devil's blood in your baby?
Baby half monkey.
We have become a society where we are word sensitive now. We are afraid to talk to each other.
Yes.
Right.
And that's why our system is failing us. Did we lose everything? We still there?
Yes.
All right, let's go to our next text here, brother. I think we're going to continue. Civilized. A state or condition of social, cultural, and moral development and order. I didn't make this up. This is the definition. To be more advanced. Do y'all get that?
Yes, sir.
To be civilized, you have to have a society based on your own culture and morality. This has to be developed under what? Order. And your civilization shall always teach you to advance yourself. How is it that we are civilized, but we're acting more savage than the devil himself?
Come on, brother.
We do things now white folks don't do anymore.
That's true.
I'm serious. We're starting to do stuff that they look at us like, ooh, look at them. Where did they get that from? Because you know how white folks are. When they pass on their dirty, nasty so-called culture to you, they act like they never had it. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
And they'll act like you invented it. You invented drug addiction. You invented alcoholism. You invented homosexuality. You invented poverty. You invented black on black crime.
Come on, brother.
You invented the projects and the ghettos. Everything that this devil produced, he has a way of twisting in society and making it look like you're the cause of it.
Yeah.
You did it. And we still want to embrace this devil. It's on the next paper. We're going to 1 Corinthians 14:33. All right, let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 14:33. Yes, sir.
For Yahweh is not the author of confusion, but of peace, order, as in all the churches, temples of the saints, righteousness.
All right, I want y'all to know saints just mean the righteous.
Sorry.
All right? But Yahweh is not the author of confusion, but of peace. Peace is order. What is Maya? Order. balance, harmony. Isn't harmony peace?
Yes.
Reciprocity. We can keep it, but I want to hit that word harmony. Harmony is peace, which is order. He's not the author of confusion. So who put us in a confused state?
Come on.
Until we recognize how we got in this confused state and fight against the system that put us in a disorderly fashion, only then can we again upright ourselves and re-civilize our nation. This is what we have to teach to our youth and teach to our people. We have to stop being concerned about how other people are going to feel. Nobody else care about your feelings. Y'all just saw the advertisement at H&M where they put the little brother in a shirt, sweatshirt with a hood on it beside the white boy, and here it said, "Best monkey or something in the jungle."
Coolest monkey in the jungle.
Coolest monkey in the jungle. And what the white boy say? I'm a survivor or something? Expert survivor. And everybody all in outrage, and I'm thinking to myself, why y'all upset? This is the white man's nature. Why aren't you producing your own shirts? Why are you buying shirts from them? See, that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting for us to be able to buy our own garments from our own stores, go into our own restaurants and eat our own food from our own hands. Go back before integration. I want that segregation.
That's right.
Separate me. I don't have a problem with it. I don't like the way they smell. I don't like the way they look. I don't like the way they touch. I don't like nothing about it. That's all too. Let's move on. Excuse me. Confusion. He's not the author of confusion. What is confusion? Disorder, ruin, shame, to confuse. Anything that knocks you out of order, puts you in a state of confusion. If you're in a state of confusion, you're in a state of disorder, ruin, and shame. Look at us. We're in disorder. We definitely have fallen in a state of ruin because we're economically at the bottom. And shame. Everything we do now is shameful. Y'all listen to the lyrics of new music today. See, as a minister, I got to study everything.
Yes, sir.
So sometimes I turn on some of the raps and I turn on some of the programs and I watch and I listen just to study to see what's being said and what's being done. The lyrics in these music today, the filth, the nastiness, the things they say. Turn on a black program. It'll shame you. You sit there and you shake your head like, man, these are my people.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Yeah.
The way we act, the things we do in the media before the world, things we want to portray ourselves as. Sisters on TV call themselves D's and hoes. We're in a state of confusion. Let's move on, Brother Tabitha. 1 Corinthians 14:40 is where we're going. 1 Corinthians 14:40. What does it say?
Let all things be done decently and in order.
Let everything you do be done respectfully and in order. What order? Divine order. God's order. Yah's order. Let everything be done righteously and in order. The Creator said, you can dance. Just do it in order. The Creator said you can have a drink. They drink wine in the scripture. Don't get drunk. Right? He said you can enjoy the foods. He said don't be what? Gluttonous. The Creator didn't cut you off from life. He wants you to enjoy life, but he said there's an order to it. Be decent with it. Don't drink a lot of wine and stumble down the street. Don't drink a lot of wine. You can't drive yourself home, get in on the road and kill somebody. He said, no, be decent with this thing. There's an order to it. And your system will give you the order. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Who ever been gluttonous before? Your stomach gave you the order, didn't it? You kept on eating, right? But your stomach already told you, man, we tight down here. There ain't too much more you gonna fit down here. But you kept on going, right? And then what happened? You were all out of order. Laying down, you're tired, you're weak, your head hurting. Let me go old school. Some of you ain't right, you got the runs. Isn't that right? That's going to mess you up, man. That's why the Creator said, no, I designed you perfectly, so everything you do it in a perfect manner. There's a way to do everything. But we're in a confused state now. So order is steeped in mystery. Shet Talk Netta, hidden divinity of God, right? And the Creator said, I give you, we're going to touch on it, his secret thing. Mystery, that which baffles or eludes the understanding. Now, I teach and I tell brothers and sisters, in our true nature, nothing is really a mystery to us. We're created in the image and likeness of the Most High. He gave us the revelation of everything. Revelation means revealing. Nothing was a mystery to us. It was the white man who called your teachers the ancient Kemetic mystery system, or this is a mystery. It wasn't a mystery to you. It was known to you. It's only a mystery to us now because we're in a state of confusion. We have lost our divine knowledge because we're out of divine order. That's why now we're messed up. But our order is based in mystery, meaning what the Creator gave us should be kept secret amongst us.
Yeah.
We need to stop telling them how to do things. Absolutely. That's how we made the Colonel rich. We taught him about them 16 herbs and spices. And that cracker went and made $1 million. Billions of dollars. And the black woman who taught him didn't get a dime. Every time we teach them, we taught them how to rap, and they created hip hop. Isn't that right? Y'all know hip hop is different from rap, the original rap. Rap was black. Hip hop belongs to the white man. That's why it's all nasty and messed up in a chaotic state. Hip hop is not ours. We taught him, and in order for him to steal it, he always got to change the name on it. So white folks came up with hip hop. And that's when white people, rappers, started ice baby, ice baby. Come on, y'all got to know the times. Right? It was rap until Run DMC came on MTV. And Run DMC joined up with Aerosmith, and they blended that heavy metal sound. What's heavy metal? Like car crashes. Chaos.
Come on, bro.
And that chaos built up from that day to this day because we always open the door and let them in. Now they went in the R&B category, the soul category, the rap category, the gospel category, every category. And they're about to get into the reggae category. Because black people don't know how to keep things to themselves. Let's go further, brother. Until we learn to do this. All right, that mystery is something that is kept secret. It is a divine revelation hidden as spiritual significance. And the white man didn't have nothing spiritual when he came out of the caves of Europe.
That's right. That's right.
Nothing at all.
No, he didn't.
Until we taught him.
That's right.
And now he's the master theologians of religion.
That's right.
Not of Christianity, all of them.
That's right.
Islam,
That's right.
Comedicism as they call it.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what they call it, Comedicism. They are the masters. They have degree programs where they can teach you the Kemetic science and you get a degree in theology. Anyway, he make a profit, but he get it from you first. Let's go to Deuteronomy 29:29. The devil is smart.
The secret things belong to Yahweh our God, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law.
Our system is set up on Shet Talk Netta, hidden divinity. Shet Talk means hidden or secret. Netta means the creator, the all God. Our order is based on the secret things of the Most High. It is revealed to what? Us, and to be given to our children forever, from generation to generation, that we, he didn't say anyone else, that we may do all the words of this law. And in the law it says he wants us to what? Prosper and be blessed. In the law he said he wants us to do what? Have dominion over the earth and subdue it. Why you keep giving up the planet?
Come on.
When the planet belongs to you.
Teach it, brother.
We have to subdue it. How do you subdue something? Now we're getting rough. What's the secret to doing this? War.
Come on.
White man fought you to get it.
Fight back.
You got to call on your God and get it back. You're not going to protest it back. You're not going to vote it back. You're not going to put another black president in office to get it back.
No way.
You're not going to get a degree and get it back. Nothing is going to get this world back in your grasp until two things happen. First, we submit to the Creator, and secondly, we unify as a people. And if we do that, we can whip the white man overnight.
In a blink.
But we are afraid of war. We are afraid of killing the devil. For some of us, he must be a pet. Because we love him too much. Y'all know how them pet lovers are. They don't want to put the dog out in the cold. Dog can't sleep in the dog house or in the dog bed, and how he has to sleep in my bed. I get in trouble for saying that, honey. But some of us pet lovers. I don't care how much you wash a dog. He always carry parasites. You can't wash away the parasites. And the parasites fall off in the bed. So when you wake up, if you itching, you got what the dog got. Now white people, they can do it all day long. You'll never see them scratch. Do you? Dog lick them all around the face, around the neck and everything. They licking the dog tongue. Dog sleep in the bed with them. They washing the tub. You never see white people scratching from a pet. You never hear them say, I have an allergy from my dog, my cat. Because they are beasts. You're the only people on the planet that have what? Hair. Don't you know all other races have fur? Scientifically. This is not Dr. Jackson. This is not some old black saying. Scientifically, all other races of people with their straight hair is considered fur.
Yes, sir.
Non-ethnic is the only hair on this planet. We're the only living beings with hair. You're the only human being.
That's right.
Everybody else is a beast. Everybody else was produced from you. Everybody else is a kind of a man. You are the only man, male or female, because the word man, hadar, means male and female, not just male.
That's right.
Creator in Genesis 5 said he looked at the man and the woman and called what? Their name Hadam. Or excuse me, he looked at the male and female and called their name Hadam. Because Hadam means the life or the blood.
Yes,
Because in you is the life and the blood of the Most High.
Thanks and praises.
You're the only real people on the planet.
That's right.
You got all the power you want. But the white man knows the secret is to keep you in a disorderly fashion. Because the moment you unify, his world will collapse. Let's go to the wisdom text, page 104.
The hothead incites citizens.
Yes,
he
sir.
creates divisions among the young. If you see that people, follow him. Speak out against him before those who give counsel. Suppress the hothead. He is against harmony, which is order. The talker is a troublemaker for society. Your duty is to curb the multitude and suppress his heat.
Hallelujah. Y'all notice a big reason why we fail? Why our system is failing? We got a lot of hot-head leaders out here.
Yes.
A lot of hot-head representatives. Hot-head means troublemaker, division maker, or those who bring confusion.
Yeah.
You see, the reason we fail is because we got all these nonsense-speaking people out here, but we don't want to say anything against them because they're black.
That's right.
Well, you know, here, brother, she a sister, I really don't want to say anything against her. I don't want to cause division. No, the division's already started. That's why the scriptures say what? Exhort as well as rebuke. Raise them up when you need to raise them up, but rebuke them when they need to be rebuked. Everybody can't speak on behalf of black people. And if they're not speaking the truth and not speaking right, then we as a people are supposed to shut them down. Now when you speak out against one, I know I've done it. Brother Bobby know he's done it. When you speak out against one, everybody say, you against the black man. You messing up. We're supposed to be unified. You can't unify with anyone that's taking you further into a chaotic state. That's in the Purim Haru. That's not the Bible. The Bible says exhort as well as rebuke. But it says the hothead incites the citizen. They cause all types of what? Chaos. It says, speak out against him. Doesn't it say it? We want to hold our silence too much. And too many times. That's why our system failed. Speak out against those that you know are out of what? Order.
That's right.
Because they are against harmony, order, peace, balance. The talker is a troublemaker for society. So when you find a brother or a sister creating chaos, creating division amongst the people, I don't care how black they sound, that's a troublemaker. Because in your words, it shouldn't be division. It should be a message on trying to bring us together, unify, build us up. I don't care what your religious belief is. I really don't. As long as you're not homosexual, as long as you don't worship the devil, as long as you don't bring no white God or white Jesus in here, if you are in your ancestral belief system, I don't care about what name is called, I can sit there and talk to you, and I guarantee you I'll relate to you. Because I bring it together. Because we all come from the same DNA.
Yes, sir.
We got the same foundation. All the spiritual beliefs come from the same creator.
Yes, sir.
It just branched out like a tree. Let's move to the next one, Brother Tabitha, please. Wisdom text, page 105. What does it say?
Respect the nobles, those of rank, parents, leaders, and elders. Sustain, support your people.
Come on.
Strengthen your borders,
Mm-hmm.
country, your frontier patrons, guards, security. It is good to work for the future.
Now, if you have your wisdom text, you know I added something. Let me tell you what I added. Respect the nobles. Who are your nobles? The nobles are those of rank. That's your parents, your leaders, and your elders. It says sustain. So I put the word that support there so we'll know that what sustain means. Your people. Strengthen your borders. That's your country. Your frontier patrols. That's your guards and security. It is good to work for the future. This is an orderly society. You see, we are messed up and in a chaotic state because, number one, we don't respect our parents, our leaders, and we definitely today do not respect our elders. We do not support our own people. Look at all the millionaires I said we have and the few billionaires and all the money we as citizens throw away on junk. We don't put nothing in support for ourselves. And when it says strengthen your borders, your country, where's your country? Don't have one. Africa don't belong to the black man anymore. Your frontier patrols, where are your guards and your security? Where are they? I told you we're disorganized. Where is our security? We don't have an army to protect us. And you can't get enough brothers together to form a military. They'll half of them kill each other off. Until we get in our divine state, without that love is nothing but hatred. It's good to work for the future. Why is it good to work for the future? You got generations coming up behind us. And until we start thinking about what's coming up behind us, we're going to constantly fail. We have to think about our children and our children's children. That's the only way we're going to make progress. For a minute, my wife and I was without a vehicle. Father-in-law was able to get us one, and we had to make payments on it. Suddenly, his vehicle collapsed. He couldn't get to work. We ended up getting the vehicle outside. I told my wife, give that the vehicle her father gave us to our son. You got to think about the future.
Yes, sir.
I need a vehicle. We both need a vehicle to drive. But I sacrifice, we will work with the one until we get another so he can get where he needs to go because the young man needs a job.
Yes.
See, that's being selfless. You got to think about your children. I would have done it for the grandchildren if they were here, the great-grandchildren, any other. We got to think, if I had $1 million like Michael Jordan, I wouldn't have 22 automobiles. If I could afford 22 automobiles, I would sit down and say, honey, I'm going to buy you a car, I'm going to get my truck, we'll have a third vehicle for emergency, but we can buy 17 more vehicles. Let's go out here and see who need a car. You can't drive 22 vehicles. And then I think back in the day when he was, at his peak, Brother Tabitha, 3 or 4 of them was Lamborghinis. Y'all know what Lamborghinis called. Lamborghinis. He had 3 or 4 Lamborghinis. And I'm sitting here thinking, man, why do you need all this? Same thing with TD Jakes. TD Jakes got about 12, 13 vehicles. Why you need 12, 13 vehicles? You got to build a garage to house them all. We don't understand that we destroy ourselves economically. Brother B, let's go to our next clip, brother. And this is the last one. Wisdom text, you find this first part on page 121. The second portion you find on page 134 of the wisdom text. Yes, sir, brother Sekou.
The path of the masses is generally the path of ignorance, which leads them into negative situations, thoughts, and deeds. Don't stretch out your hand to touch an old man, an elder, nor speak harshly to an elder. Don't let yourself be sent on a mischievous errand, nor be friends with him who does it.
All right. Let's look at these two passages real quick. It says the path, the way, the order of the masses is in ignorance. The majority of our people walk in ignorance. We have to bear witness to it. It leads them to what? Negative situations, thoughts and deeds. Does it not? It was bad back in the 80s when brothers started killing brothers. Now we got sisters shooting sisters. Sisters shooting sisters. One sister shot another sister, and the sister had a baby in the belly. No, you could see it. She was out there. I don't know how many months, but she was out there. The hate is so great amongst us. We're going to take the life and the life within the life.
Yes.
All because we have fallen into ignorance. It said, don't stretch out your hands to touch who? Your elders. Don't speak harshly, disrespectful towards who? Your elders. All of this we're doing. This is the stuff that brings us to a state of chaos. This is why our system is failing. It said, don't let yourself be sent on a mischievous errand, meaning don't do nothing bad, and don't be friends with those who do it. Why is it that we want to associate with these bad niggas? Somebody answer me that. Why do we want to associate with these so-called bad brothers and sisters? And I'm saying that politely because I don't look at them as brothers and sisters. If you're a drug dealer to your own people, you're a nigga. You running with a white man or white woman, you're a nigga. You robbing from an elder or from anybody in the black community, you're a nigga. You robbing from your own people, you're a nigga. You molesting your children, you're a nigga. You beating up your women, you're a nigga. I don't like niggas.
Come on, brother.
Can't stand niggas. I hate niggas. I only love black people. Niggas fall in the same category as white people.
Yes, they do.
And this is what we have to understand. Everything that look black ain't black. So in order to get your society back on a divine system, you got to clean the inside of the house first and then deal with what's on the outside of the house. You can't call everything black righteous and everything black a brother and a sister and everything black conscious and everything black spiritual and everything black wise. No, everything that wears the clothing and got the name is not you. Some of us are just devils in disguise. Because truth be told, the original devil, Satan, is a black being.
That's shade.
He's not white. He's really a black being. And it was the black beings who made the white beings from the evil that was in us. So we know how to practice that evil. Now, brothers and sisters, here's the thing. What do we do to get our system back in order? We have to change our whole way of thinking. And we have to start by doing it individually. If you're a man, you got to get yourself in order. If you're a woman, you got to get yourself in order. There are certain things men ought not to do, and certain things women shouldn't be doing.
True.
I don't like to hear brothers curse. I surely don't like to hear sisters curse. I like to see a brother dress appropriately. I don't want to see a sister dress improperly. There's a certain way we ought to address children. And a certain way children should address adults. We out of order. You go into a lot of households, and the grown folks sitting there talking, and the child sitting with them. And the child answers back. The child will speak out of turn. Me and Brother Bob was talking about this last week. Actually, when we come in here, we're supposed to ask permission from the elders to speak.
Indeed.
We'll come amongst the elders, we'll cut across them. A woman can be talking to an elder, a man can be talking to an elder, and the child come in, and the child go right to talking to the mother, father, or the parent who wants to talk to, or the person who wants to talk to, and disregard the elder. I've seen it 100 times, and so have you.
Yes, sir.
Because we're out of order. Because we have no respect for no one or no thing anymore. And that's why it's easy for a black person to kill and hate a black person. Because we've lost our respect. Brothers and sisters, we're in a failed system due to the lack of practice. Let us get back in our practice, and everything will fall back in order. Ashe.
Ashe.
All praise be to the Most High.
All the time.
There's only one Almighty Yahweh, no God but He.
Thanks and praise.
Thanks and praise.
Give it up,